Hello, boys. We're back again. We're back again with Dani, Tyler, fucking Corona Cast number 13. Was it 13?
I don't know. I don't know. It's whatever.
It's been a second.
Huh?
It's been a second. We haven't done this.
Yeah, I know, man. The whole world is crumbling now.
Oh, dude, fucking tell me about it. I mean, okay, so California right now. Crumbling. So much happening here. Quarantinis.
Quarantinis. Yeah. All those
quarantinis. Yeah, just the Corona drink of choice, the quarantini.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I bet, dude. The whole world from America to Asia and Europe. Europe is just fucking crazy.
Absolutely. It's just... Wait, what's it like in Portugal right now? Are you in quarantine as well?
Well, define quarantine. What is quarantine like in California? Because things here are a little bit more chill than other countries, from what I know.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible over here either, actually. It's not really a quarantine. It's just we're in the social distancing thing they were talking about, you know? So like I've gone out, but to go buy things, like not, for recreational purposes. So we're basically limited to we're limited to being indoors unless we have something that we need to go buy or purchase, kind of more emergency things. But there's like kids walking down the sidewalk in groups of 3 because they're out of school, right? It's like, oh wow, I can hang out with my friends. And it's like, no, you should stay home. You should stay the fuck home.
Oh no, you can't. Gotta keep those 6 feet distance from each other. No contact.
Dude, I swear,
use your masks and your gloves, dude.
and your fucking brain. Use your brain. Right? If you get within 6 feet of me, I'm gonna put you 6 feet under. Okay? So fucking just stay away from me. Please stay away from me.
You, man.
Yeah. So fuck, man. It's just I don't even know what to say. Like over here, California, especially the Bay Area where I am right now, since the population density is like so freaking high over here. We've had a couple of cases and everyone's freaking the fuck out buying toilet paper. Toilet. I don't know what it is with the whole toilet paper. I don't get it. But
3 months in, you'll know.
3 months in, yeah. Sounds about right.
But I feel it's kind of the same way here with the whole, you stay home, the directive to stay home. You just go out for the really essential stuff, groceries, and go to the pharmacy. Walk your pet, I guess that's okay too.
Actually, a lot of people here do that as well. Like, I see people like walking their pets and stuff all the freaking time here.
Yeah. I mean, I thought of putting a leash on something and calling it a pet so I can go out.
Just have like a goldfish on a string, and you're just like carrying it down the road.
just take out the fish bowl, grab them like with both hands, and be like, "Yeah, man, I'm walking the goldfish. He needs some air."
Yeah, it'd be pretty funny. The police pull up on you, and then you're like, they ask you like, why are you out? And you just kind of take the bowl and just shove it in their face. Like, I gotta walk Dorsey. Dorsey has to be walked.
Dorsey.
He has to see the world. Oh man. Now, you know what would really kill me is like if I'm walking down the road, right? And on the other side of the road, I see a person walking their dog and they have a mask on the dog. Yes. I could totally see some stupid ass people doing that shit. Like freaking good old Lucky looking like a surgeon dog. Is a very can-do canine.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But okay.
That's crazy. But yeah.
But
it's kind of the same way as kind of the same thing as there. I guess with a little twist.
In Portugal?
Yeah, I mean, we know there are like a few instances where people are being a little irresponsible, like going to the beach now that everybody's on vacation.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, what was it? A lot of people for spring break are going to like the Gulf of Mexico, like the Caribbean side, of the U.S.
Cabo.
Cabo, Galveston. I think Galveston's over there, right? Padre Island, all those places, right?
Sure. Yeah, I think.
And people are still fucking. They're partying.
Yeah.
They're still partying.
Can't stop the party. Oh. Coronavirus means spring break extension.
I guess for some people, yeah. I guess so. I mean, it's I guess like it's kind of like I guess if you get an STD, it's not the worst thing that you can get anymore. So it's like if you get one, then it's like, oh fuck, I got it. But hey, at least I don't have corona. It's like it's like fuck, dude, I have gonorrhea now. But hey, at least I don't have a what to me would be a mild flu.
Yeah. Exactly. At least I'm not part of the pandemic problem. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's like, I can't spread it unless I can't spread that one easily. So yeah. I guess. Dude. So let's see. Let's talk about like what we've been doing in the meantime, because we haven't done a podcast in like a good a fat month, or like maybe even more.
That's why this happened. We stopped doing this, and now we have the global crisis pandemic. It's stupid.
Yeah. All right, so tell everyone like what you've been doing first of all. Like, just there's a couple of reasons why we haven't done a podcast in a while, and let's talk about that.
We've been hella busy. That's kind of that's kind of the main reason. We've been hella busy, my friends. Guys, you have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. In my case, I've been working on a new thing, not Biblion related, and that kind of just came to a halt with the whole virus thing.
So the new project that you're taking part in is basically put on hold because of the coronavirus thing. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of unexpected, sad twist.
Certainly,
because people on the magazine, it's something that you can do from your home, you can work on it. It's all laptop based, desktop based. Making the magazine and stuff. This was something that it has to do with people moving from different places, and so it just gotta stop because nobody's moving right now. Everybody gotta stay home and stay safe. This.
So are you willing to kind of share like more or less what it's about, or is it still kind of in the works?
Right now, it's just kind of we're trying to figure out how we're gonna work around this still, but I'm hopeful that once this is over, the whole situation, coronavirus situation, we will be ready, and able to kind of capitalize on the reopening of everything and such. If there's still the conditions for that after everything after the situation is over, because we don't know like how bad it's gonna get and how long it's gonna take for recovery, all that. But I'm hopeful, man. And
yeah, dude, it could take anything from a couple weeks to a couple months to like a year, dude. It could take that long.
Yeah, man. It's I think almost as damaging as the virus itself. Unlike the consequences of the virus, obviously on the economy and such, is the uncertainty that when is this going to go away, right? Like when is everything gonna go back to normal? People don't know. We don't know. So yeah, man, it's awful. that part is awful.
Yeah, it's pretty.
But
yeah, it's pretty scary for everyone. I think, especially, fuck, dude. So what else have you been doing in the meantime? Like besides that project, do you have anything? You traveled.
I did for that. I traveled for that thing, but now I'm back.
Back in Lisbon.
Back in the capital.
Hell yeah.
Because I mean, there was just no point being there if we're not going to be able to carry this through right now. So.
Right. Okay, keep your secrets. Okay.
Yeah, no,
okay.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like, it's
dude. Girls love a man that has a couple mysteries.
No, but man, it's, right now I'm back and I'm just working on getting my knowledge base better equipped, and
preparing for after like this whole thing is over.
Yep, yeah, exactly. Yeah, expand my knowledge base, my portfolio, my everything like that I can do to improve those things. And I'm guessing that's what a lot of other people are doing. So.
Right. And yeah, I mean, that's certainly what I'm doing. Oh, shit. Okay. I can get into like what I've been doing in the meantime too.
Yeah. Tell us, Tyler.
Let's see.
What have you been doing in the meantime, man?
Dude, it was a fucking roller coaster, dude. It's a whole fucking roller coaster.
Yeah, man.
So here's what happened. Okay. So I almost had to leave California, as I discussed before, right? And then I basically I got real lucky, and then I found an opportunity that let me stay here. And the opportunity, it wasn't like a job, right? It was like a friend of mine let me stay at his place, which is really far away from. It was a little bit far away from the Bay Area, but. Like I made do with it. And then in the meantime, I was looking for a full-time job. I found a full-time job. I got an offer for a sales job. I was an account manager. Keyword was, right? An account manager for a company selling ATMs. So I was cold calling. I was doing proposals and like drafting proposals and agreements and things like that. It was a pretty good job. I was getting good experience for sales, right? I was getting fantastic experience for sales.
Right.
Saving a little bit of money so that I can, go for my master's. And everything looked kind of good. And then a coronavirus came.
Then a coronavirus.
A Corona boy came into play and
had to fuck things up.
Yeah, man. Like
I know,
dude, absolutely,
I feel you, man. I feel you. Like
fuck, man.
Plans just fucking get
just demolished. Just everything demolished, and it's pretty terrible. So yeah, they laid me off after 3 weeks of being there. Because I mean, I can't blame them. Like they can't pay for it. It's not like they knew some coronavirus is coming. Nobody was prepared for this. Nobody was prepared for this. So so I'm freaking like I found a job and we were going to do this podcast, like start this podcast up, and we were going to talk about how much better everything is going. You know, I was like, oh, I found a job and Danny's working on a new project, but that news might have to wait for a little bit. That good news might have to wait for a little bit.
Definitely. But
yeah.
Right now, it's just, I think it's time to like regroup and like evaluate the options, the like situation, that we're facing. It's something unprecedented in I don't know how long. Like, everybody.
Yeah. Spanish flu, man. Like since the Spanish flu or the Portuguese flu.
we had no hand in that. I don't know what you're talking about, man. But yeah, I mean, just the globalization of this whole thing, man. All the how people are mobilizing and stuff.
Yeah, it's really interesting to watch, huh? Like it's really interesting to see kind of the way different people are coping with it, the way governments are like trying to stop the spread and such. Super interesting to see.
It is, man, because I noticed that different countries are dealing with this in astoundingly different ways. Like the way Portugal is dealing with it is not the same way as Spain is dealing with it, which is not the same way as the US is dealing with it, and
or fucking how Italy is dealing with it, huh? Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
oh, dude, poor pizza boys,
Those are
dude.
the really.
They are getting.
Those are the really quarantinis. They're really they're the ones who are getting off.
Oh my goodness. Dude, they are getting hit so hard right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and it's gonna get worse, man. That's the problems. They're not ready. They're already like helpless about the whole thing. Like they're crying out for more equipment and more people to help, but it's already like the way it is, and it hasn't even peaked yet. So
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's still blooming.
Yeah, just imagine, man. We might have something akin to the Black Death in Europe once again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope not. I don't think the deaths probably won't be nearly as high as that. Hopefully,
no. But I mean, in the sense of like an epidemic that just sweeps through all of Europe.
Yeah, I mean that's probably going to be
and the case. It's going to make its fair share of casualties for sure. Like.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Like, thankfully, we're no longer living in medieval times where, if you look pale, you're gonna die.
Yeah, it's I hear you're coughing. Go to the longhouse, Yeah.
If you sneeze, you're dead.
Lay down with the other lepers.
Oh, the lepers,
yeah. Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah, it is definitely scary, but I mean, it's kind of it's interesting how like demographics are spread out too, where it's like for young people, it's a mild flu, right? And for old people, it's like death. It's like they could die. Their mortality rate is like super, super, super.
True.
Or like the chances of them dying are so much higher than for a young person to die. And I've heard that even for young people, it does it can have a permanent, lasting effect on your lungs, which is also kind of terrifying.
True. Yeah, there's been young people who died of it too. So
yeah, definitely.
And this,
So it is a little bit scary.
another scary thing is this probably has the potential to evolve and grow resistance to the immunitary system of humans. So, like I guess like the longer this goes on, the more likely that is to happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, dude, what if like someone who catches it at the beginning ends up catching a second coronavirus that's like a variant of the first one?
Dude. What? Like, dude.
Like, imagine that.
There's like lightning falling on the same guy twice.
Dude, yeah, dude. Fuck, man.
I would think like that you would develop some sort of resistance to the virus, but I guess I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. It could happen. It could happen. It's definitely on the table. I don't know, man. But man. Yeah, dude, we just, I think we just gotta stay home. You know, like try to stay as indoors and out of direct contact,
harm's way.
Yeah, like minimize contact as much as possible. Like even.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: like for you, which one's scarier? Like the physical effects of it or the economic effects of it?
For me, a young man, I guess the economical effects. Although I am scared of dying from it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the loved ones. like I feel that it threatens a lot of people I still have around. So. That part sucks.
Yeah, dude, that's the first thing that I did whenever this started blowing up. Is I called my grandparents and I asked them, like, "Are you guys okay?" And they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Oh, the coronavirus thing." And they're like, "Oh, yeah, we're fine. We're not really going out too much." You know, and it seems like they're taking pretty good measures, and they're kind of hermits already anyways, so like they tend to stay home anyways, so for them it wasn't really too much of a life adjustment. For me, right. Dude, oh my gosh,
yeah, man, I bet.
Okay, so
fuck,
dude, so I took a personality test, right?
Okay,
I took a personality test, and
the Peterson one?
The Jordan Peterson one, yeah. And so there's 4 of the big 5 character traits that, or I think it's the big 5 personality traits. It analyzes all of those traits based off your like answers to a set of questions, right? And I got 99th percentile for extroversion. 99th.
Holy shit.
99th percentile for extroversion. I am one of the most extroverted people on this planet, according to that test that I took.
I can attest to that, man. Fuck, it's true. It's hella true.
Oh, dude. Yeah. So this is killing me. This is like a slow death for me. It's like. Dude, like at this point, like for me, if it were just me, dude, I'd be like, just fucking inject that shit into me. I'll fucking take it. I'll go through it, and I want to get back to fucking work. But you know, we got to keep it together for the old people, definitely, and the kids, and definitely the kids.
Yeah, man, the kids. Yeah, they're at risk too, man. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh man, man, it's kind of. Painful, yeah. This whole situation, you gotta find ways to adapt yourself, and like the way your routine, I guess, doing things in your daily life. To
definitely, dude, 100%.
No more coffee in the morning.
Oh man,
no more going to the coffee shop.
No more coffee in the morning. No,
I mean instant coffee. Yes, going to the coffee shop. No.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, gotcha. I see. I was like, dude, like I think
I would die, man.
I'd rather just I would just like take a lethal dose of coronavirus if there's no coffee for me. Dude, I forget. I went into so whenever I was working at that place, like, I had a coworker, super cool coworker. So walk in the morning, I see him, and I'm like, oh, hey Eric, and he's like, hey Tyler, did you get your Corona coffee yet? What the fuck is wrong with you? Dude, salespeople are so funny, man. It's just like, because most, like, not everyone's extroverted, but like most salespeople are pretty extroverted.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so it's just like the jokes are on point whenever it's like within the sales team. It's just everyone's funny. Everyone's just really, really funny. Has a good sense of humor.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man. But Corona coffee, dude. So yeah, that's the whole thing with the coronavirus. I mean, we wanted to address that first, obviously, because it's just running through everyone's mind, right?
There's no way to avoid, even though avoiding is exactly what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's there, and it's here, and it's here to stay, definitely. At least for a while, right? Hopefully, it cleans up pretty soon, but yeah, dude. So there's the coronavirus thing. Let's talk about opportunities, like, because the thing is, what was it? Behind every big problem, there is an opportunity worth the while, right? So for every problem that exists, there is an opportunity worth the while. Yeah. And it's just that you have to find the right way to, it's like, I understand that it's like a super, like, painful and difficult thing for a lot of people, but, it's no sense in like molding down and being sad over it, as long as you're taking, the proper actions to stay home and whatnot. So, I think that, an opportunity that kind of exists for some people is if they were to go into medicine, like if you wanted to start a career in medicine or like something related to medicine, now would be the time.
Now's the time to shine. Go to Italy.
Now's the time to. Yeah. Oh, goodness, no, not the pasta. But yeah, dude. So it's like, I think that the most, like, there's a lot of places that are offering like jobs in hospitals. It's just like, even not unskilled, but like people that aren't trained in like anything related to medicine. There's an opportunity for those people to work at hospitals right now, which is insane, right? That's not something that usually you have to go through, like, what, freaking like 27 years of college before you can like be a doctor, like, like a nurse, but now there's people coming in, so that's really interesting. Also, for a lot of, like, if you are looking for a way to just kind of rack up on cash right now, and let's say you don't have, like a college degree or something, grocery stores are fucking hiring like crazy right now.
Yeah.
So crazy. All of them are like, our friend Andrew, like he's working at a pretty great company, it seems. And, he's been there for only like a couple months, and as a grocery store worker, right? And he got a pay bump, and he also is getting bonuses, and the pay bump is permanent too. They're not going to scale it back down after this. Like, whatever he makes, like whatever pay raise that he got, is kind of like a reward for like sticking through the entire like pandemic. So
yeah, nice.
There's a huge opportunity in, like over there right now,
Yeah. It's I think it's a bit the same here, or what they're doing is like the big groceries stores that have like, that are a part of a corporation that has other like retailers and stuff. They'll get the guys, the employees from the other retailers to work on the grocery, because that's what people are getting right now. They're not getting home appliances and stuff. They're getting food and toilet paper, right?
Right.
Especially toilet paper. But
yeah, it's just toilet paper. Oh goodness, just I don't get it, but it's really interesting. It was funny. Yeah. I saw a picture of. I think it was supposed to be like a stripper or something, right? It was supposed to be like a stripper, and there was a guy like you know, like the thing that you do with ones, where you kind of like throw it at him, or like I don't know what it is, but like
you make it rain
on him, right? It was like, but it was that with toilet paper.
Oh,
it's like they just like folded up toilet paper and just freaking just dispensing that shit from his hand. I thought it was pretty funny.
Looking like the mummy.
Like, yeah, I guess that is a new currency. Oh my goodness,
the mama has become the mummy. You get it. You get it. She's laughing.
I got it. Yeah, I got it. It's a mummy. Wrap him up. No, oh my goodness, though. It's like, I don't get, dude, there are places selling toilet paper for $60 a roll. $60 a roll. Jesus. Oh my goodness, dude. It's like capitalism at its finest, right?
Speculation at its finest. But,
yeah, it's just everyone's freaked the fuck out.
That toilet paper better be coated with gold and fucking precious jewels.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just like gold dusted toilet paper.
That's probably a bit itchy, but but yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. People need to chill when they go to the groceries, man. They need to chill.
100%.
Like, don't be.
It's insane.
Don't be that Pakistani guy that goes with 2 carts, loads them up, and you know.
Was there a picture? Was it like a meme of that or something?
No, but there was in my in a grocery here, like two guys, 3 carts,
gotcha.
All loaded up.
Oh goodness!
And it's like, dude, the fuck are you doing, man?
He's just stealing all the toilet paper.
Milk, especially milk.
Milk. Yeah. One of the famous for being a perishable.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why?
It's a complete perishable. Like, not only is that inconsiderate, but that's also dumb.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
What's he gonna do? Freeze the milk?
You'd expect like canned foods, you know,
pasta.
Or pasta. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rice, but milk. I guess it's the only thing left to take. So they just load them up, all the milk. All we're gonna have this weekend is milk. Boom, milk. Breakfast milk, lunch milk.
Why milk?
Tea, even the tea is milk.
Tea is milk. Just the tea itself is milk, no water.
5 o'clock tea is 5 o'clock milk from now on.
5 o'clock milk. 5 o'clock milk. That's painful. Oh, dude. So, yeah, like, I mean, I guess like I'm trying to think. Well, what other things could you be doing in the meantime? Like, okay,
remote
so
work.
Let me go on to remote. Oh my goodness, remote work is definitely, especially for if you're doing tech stuff, definitely.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, dude, I got like a schedule going. Yeah. So like that's one thing I recommend for a lot of people that are staying at home and do not have a job at the moment, because I got laid off, so like I don't have shit to do right now. So I kind of got down to it, and I developed like a schedule for me for the next month.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I recommend doing that for people. Like, I thought of a couple skills that I thought would be useful, and I was like, okay, well, I want to learn how to do these things. How should I budget my time? Because I don't know, like, you shouldn't be like like my dad asked if like, hey Tyler, like, do you want to borrow my Netflix account so that you don't get bored? And I was like, no, I definitely don't want to, because I'll just sit there eating potato chips, and just getting fat without learning how to do shit. And I was like, I can't do that to myself. I like myself too much to do that, So I went ahead and developed a routine for me.
No, that's very important, man. That's very important. Mm-hmm. People underestimate the importance of like keeping yourself accountable and managing your time.
Keep yourself sharp, dude.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Same here. I mean, I don't have like a schedule, like set in stone. Like today, I'm gonna be learning about this or gonna be doing this. Although, like I know, like I already have certain things that I'm working on, and once I finish one, I'll just move to the next one. And I try to manage my time around that, around the project. Like, how long is it gonna take for me to finish? Roughly, or like. I need to spend more time on it, and just manage from there. And like, obviously, that is the primary thing. That's the core, and everything else. Say like free time. Like watching shows and whatnot, YouTube or whatever. It's secondary and needs to work around your schedule, I guess. I guess yours is more defined, I'm guessing. Like,
well, kind of. It's just blocked out in terms of like the times are blocked out. Like from I can read it off to you pretty briefly. Okay. It's the first 4 hours is going to be dedicated to. I want to pick up coding a little bit, see if I can learn how to do some comp sci shit. Be
nice.
Be pretty cool. So I budgeted. Right now I have 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., which is. I'm not sure if I'm going to do completely that. I might do 3 hours of that and then like make an hour of something else. But after that, like I have 12 to 12:30, like a rest, and then 12:30 to 3:30, I have it planned out to where I'll be doing kind of sales stuff, right? Like learning sales techniques, how to better your workflow, your process, things like that. Reading books, that's what I'll be doing for those 3 hours, and then after that, 45 minutes of just kind of like free, like brainstorm time, and then 15 minutes of job applications. So that's 8 hours a day. And I'm planning to do that 6 days a week. It's pretty. It's not an unreasonable schedule. No. It's like what, like 48 hours of stuff. Yeah, it's not unreasonable.
I think
it's not
very. It's a very good schedule. Like you get to max out the time that you spend on things. So.
Yep, and. I mean, I'm also like, I fucking after this, like I'll be watching like a couple episodes of anime and stuff like that. So it's not like I'm still gonna take advantage of it, and
exactly,
watch a couple shows, but
it's something that keeps you fresh. You're fresh for the next day to get back to like 4 hours or 3 or 4 hours of coding, which is mentally taxing. Even
very much so, dude.
And then sales, which I guess it requires some elasticity. Plasticity. Man.
It's kind of I don't know. It's like there are more techniques that I'm learning, so it's more remembering and recording, like just recording. What am I, Spanish? But it's mostly just remembering a lot of these things and kind of understanding like sales logic. I think that's the big thing. And I was getting that at the job that I was working before, but I've kind of I don't have a practical application of that anymore. So I guess what I could do now is, brush up on the theory a little bit. I'm also thinking about getting, like, if I could probably devote enough money to actually do like a certification of some sort online. Like, I don't know, like a LinkedIn course or like an EDX course or something like that. I might set some more goals for something like that too, where I actually have something to show for, like, after we're done with this coronavirus thing.
Right. Like
that'd be really cool.
Like an actual piece of paper and certificate.
Yeah.
That's good. In a way, yeah. I'm saying, like, the portfolio pieces, have something.
Oh, dude, definitely.
Having something to show after.
A tangible.
Yep. No, man, it's because it's the shit that makes the difference, man. It's like people, I don't know, but like an interviewer might ask you, like, what have you been up to during this whole time this coronavirus thing has been going on? And you having those certificates or me having those portfolio pieces instead of having nothing to show can definitely make the difference. Like,
gotcha. Just put on your sunglasses and just like throw the certificate at the interviewer and be like, bitch. Nah, just kidding.
But yeah, yeah, man. I agree that's having a schedule really, really important. Really important.
Dude, 100%. Like, dude, like, so I'm sure you can understand this too, but whenever you are unemployed, there's like a certain laziness and lack of self-care that starts to kind of just creep into your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like you're at home and you're like, oh, dude, I'm happy here in my swamp, and you just get content with like the living situation that you're in. You're like, oh, I just want to watch one more episode of anime.
Yeah.
And then your toenails start to grow out, and your freaking beard looks like uncombed and it's just like gross. You haven't showered in like 3 days, and you just start to become like a fucking disgusting grease ball.
Right.
And that's the last thing that I want to do doing this. Like, I want to, I think a schedule like this is a way to make sure that you can keep your chin high, stay clean, stay sharp and focused,
Right. Yeah. It's a trial of sorts, if you think about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's the best you can do right now. There's not really much else that you can do at the moment. So you have to, you think about like what your long-term goals are, right? Because everyone has long-term goals. Like, oh, I don't know. I want like 6-pack abs, or I want, I want to do my master's, or I want to,
right. No,
learn how to do a backflip or something. It's like there's no reason why you can't pursue those things. I mean, I guess the like physical things. I guess it's if you can't get to the gym, then it's a little bit difficult to.
Yeah.
But like for most things, I think you can do.
Yeah. It's the whole thing. Like there are definitely things that you might want to do that you cannot pursue right now, and that's
or as well at least.
No, I mean that's it. It's just practically impossible, but you have all the other things that you can pursue right now, and so that's exactly what you should be devoting time to right now.
Right, absolutely.
Try to get as much done for those things that you can do right now, and it's because it's better to have those already built upon, than have nothing at all.
100%. I mean, I totally agree with that. Because here's an example, right? Like the first thing that would be the most productive for me is to get a job. That's like the 100%. Like that is the thing that I need right now, right? Like because I need to make money so I can live here. It's an expensive state.
Sí, señor.
But right, and so it's like if I can't do that, then what do I do? Then it's like, okay, if the goal is to get a job, then the goal, while you cannot get a job, should be to work on yourself to where it's easier to get a job whenever the time comes. Like, be prepared always, Don't get lazy. Don't be like the French in World War II when the Germans invaded. They were just unprepared, Or the world when the coronavirus came, there was no epidemic procedure in place.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we were already caught off guard, so just need to be get as prepared as we can now for what lies ahead.
Mm-hmm. And what was it like? I think you created one of the quote pictures. I think it was the will to win is nothing without the will to prepare. That was? I think I think you picked that quote for one of our posts.
Maybe.
I forgot who it was that said that, but I mean that's absolutely true. It's like if you want to win, then you got to put in the fucking work. Like I watched a video the other day. Listen to this, where there was a guy that likened sales to sports, right? Which happens a lot, by the way, because a lot of salespeople are like pretty jockey types.
Competitive.
Very, very competitive, which is very good. Like that's how you should be for sales.
Yeah.
And what he said basically was, the way that Kobe would train is that he would train so hard that he said the games were easy. The games were easy in comparison. Like the training was the most difficult part, and that's how it should be, right? Like I think that we should be working so hard right now that whenever we get to work, it's like, oh, this is easy. Like I've already done this.
Right.
That would just be the best thing to do right now. Is just kind of give yourself that little push, push yourself a little bit and see if you can create something in the meantime. And the thing is, like, you don't have to. And here's the beauty of it, is that you don't have to pursue something that you don't want to do, right? Like, because you have free time and you're not like and no employer is telling you what to do. You can tackle this education of yours in whatever the fucking way you damn please. Like I don't have to learn read the book that I was reading before with my work. Now I can read. I don't know. Like right now, I'm reading How to Make Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Right? I've been reading that book for a little while. It's a pretty good. It's a quite good book. But I could go back to reading that instead of reading the book that my former company. It's like an ex-girlfriend, It's like, you accidentally say girlfriend, but it was your ex-girlfriend. My company was having me read that book. And, I don't have to do that anymore. Like I can choose what I do to read. And that's kind of like the positive, is that you get to choose for yourself, and you get to do what you think is the most meaningful and the most useful to you. And so, right. In that regard, it's really, there's kind of an opportunity behind all of this bullshit that's happening with the coronavirus. So, my wish is for everyone to just stay motivated and keep producing and know that it will pass. This will pass.
We shall overcome.
It's not something that's going to be here forever. Absolutely, man. Fucking the spirit of humanity is not going to get fucking stopped by a fucking couple bat droplets,
Right.
Bat droppings,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're bigger than that. You gotta believe we're bigger than that.
100%. And so and here's the thing, is that like if people want here's an idea that I have, huh? I just thought of this right now. For everyone that's listening to this podcast right now, go to our Instagram page and either send us a DM or a comment on what your schedule is going to be. Like, make that schedule and comment that schedule, or send us a message with that schedule. And then let's go through it together, dude. Let's ask for our opinions. Like we're here, You know, it's like, I mean, you don't need our approval, obviously, but hey, if we can give you some sort of insight, or maybe it's like, maybe you should tweak this, maybe you should tweak that, maybe wouldn't this be more worth your time? We'll have that conversation gladly, happily, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like we're nice guys sometimes, you know?
I'm going to do the same, like like trying to define better what is it that I have, what you already said, and how I can improve that, because like I can see that in some ways it's not very, like the lack of definition is bringing down the productivity and making the most out of my time, essentially, like and like right now what I'm thinking mostly is like too much time in front of the screen. It's like, yeah, and like I gotta stop. My eyes are like fucking red. I want to tap out. No more, no mas. You know, so like how,
get off me, Lou Grockhole Jr.
You know, it's just like better organizing my time, you know, to prevent that as well and the other things. But yeah, we'll do this together. We'll
100%.
We'll hold ourselves accountable too. This is.
Oh, dude, yeah. That's a good
idea.
idea.
I mean, that's one of the things that I'm counting on. It's just we are gonna push ourselves, push each other. I mean, to like hold their commitment.
And that's how it should be. I mean, this is a whole ass community here, so it makes sense. Like that's what we should do. Is we should make sure that. The thing is, like, a lot of the people that listen to this podcast, like, I think that most of the people that listen to this podcast are motivated individuals that that feel like they share something with us. Because the thing is, like, we're both motivated people. You know, like, you know, I'm kind of stupid sometimes, but, you know, like, I'm motivated. Like, you know, like, even if, you know, you got a dumbass working at the wheel, like, you know, if you spend enough time working, eventually you'll produce something. So, that's kind of my take on it. So, let's be dumbasses together and let's get through this shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, dude.
I think
yeah.
No, I think you have a point, man. Like,
I started going down a rabbit hole.
But I think you have a.
like Joe Biden.
I think you have a point, man. Like, because right now this situation is just too outlandish to try to, you know, like face it.
Handle yourself.
Like to try to be always like pragmatic and, you know, serious, stoic. Yeah, stoic. You gotta be a little more Epicurean in your approach, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, just
it's too outlandish. Like, let's take it by small steps, and like with a little bit more lightheartedness.
Definitely.
But
definitely.
But still,
try to mitigate the damage for a lot of people. Like, you know, don't be as sad as you could be over it. But dude, like what? So,
but I definitely want like,
you know,
to
like, our listeners here are going to be like motivated people, right? Like, sorry, I lost that train of thought for some reason. I really want to get back to that for a second. But most people that watch this podcast are really motivated people, and I'm sure of that, right? So like, we have to be motivated so that people will see this and find it valuable, you know? That's our job, dude. Like, we have to be motivated and we have to keep producing. You know, that kind of goes meta too, where we have to be motivated to produce this podcast as well. And like you were saying earlier just now, we have to take that lighthearted view on it and see if, you know, try to not be as stressed out as everyone else is, and try to, you know, like, make sure that everyone feels a bit better about it because, again, it will pass. It's just kind of scary in the meantime, and everyone's suffering from uncertainty.
Exactly.
And the best way to beat uncertainty is not necessarily to be certain, right? I think what it is certainly to work. Certainly to work is the best is the way to beat uncertainty. If that makes sense. I'm trying to be kind of cute here, poetic. But I think that like if you work and you produce something and you're taking action, right? The action might not be 100% the best thing that you could do at this moment, but the thing is, it's better to do something than to do nothing, right?
Definitely, yeah. It's not the time to stop. I think a lot of people are seeing this as like vacation or like a spring break, But I don't think you should slow. You can slow down a bit, but don't go like the opposite way. Don't go full stop.
Don't go full Netflix, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we just discussed the whole thing about anime and like the subscription services and streaming services and all that.
Oh, that one video that we watched.
Yeah. And
right.
Like now's the time that for those companies are looking for to like make a lot of money,
innovate. Okay, just a little bit of back. Oh, I see. So a lot of these subscription services, like streaming services, Hulu, Netflix, Crunchyroll. These people right now are like, oh, this is a great time for us, a great opportunity for us. And, they're going to be trying to grab at your money because they know that, all these fucking lazy fuck biscuits and gravy eating Americans are going to be, a lot of them are going to be staying at home, fucking drinking quarantinis. Oh. And like, don't fall for that, man. Fucking fight Netflix.
No,
fight it. Don't watch How I Met Your Mother. Don't do it. I mean, you can watch it, whatever. Like, you can watch that, obviously, but work first, man. Work first. Fucking take action. I swear it. You'll feel better.
Yeah.
Like earlier, I was sitting. Okay, here's an example, right? Like earlier, I was sitting on the couch, like the same couch I'm sitting on right now. Right? I was sitting here and I was watching Vine compilations. Vine doesn't exist, but it was just like funny videos and shit like that. I was like, this is so funny, right? And then I started thinking about like the virus, and I was like, oh, dude, fuck, I feel like a useless fucking pig, dude. I feel like a fat fuck. Oh, fuck. And I started like getting into my own head and started getting all sad and stuff, like sitting on this couch, right? So the first thing that I fucking did was I went and took that cold shower, dude. I fucking went and just restarted my brain. I just went straight into the cold shower. Like if you're in a thought loop, because the thing is that happens a lot, right? When you're in a thought loop and you're just like, oh fuck, I can't get out of it. Fucking do it. Like punch yourself. Like I punch myself with cold water. I sit back down on the couch. Right. 10 minutes, literally 10 minutes later, a brand new man. I didn't feel the same way as before. That is fucking proof right there. That is a day-to-day piece of proof that if you do something about it, you will feel better in general. Like take action at this moment. Like it again, like there's no real there's every reason to be upset about the virus, but it's not gonna be practical to get upset. It's practical to take action, not practical to be upset about it. And that's my view on it. So just fucking and this is certainly there is an opportunity here, right? Like you have so much free time right now, and the way that you spend it is the way that you spend this break defines who you are. That defines who the fuck you are as a person, right? The thing is, if you sit there and you fucking munch on Cheetos the entire time and watch some fucking Friends, then it's like maybe
beer, Dr. Pepper your way through the day, man.
Yeah. Like if that's the case, then maybe big accomplishments are not for you. Maybe that just might be it, and That's fine. But the thing is, I don't think that our listeners are like that. I don't think you're like that. Danny's certainly not like that.
No.
Danny's
I
not
don't
like
even
that
like
for sure.
root beer.
Danny's a hard worker. Oh my god.
No, you know, I mean, such an American thing, man. But
I don't even like root beer.
no, but dude, I think you're absolutely right about, you know, I think our viewers really, our listeners rather, are looking for bigger fish, for bigger challenges in their lives, and right now, like this is an opportunity of sorts. This time it's a trial, but at the same time, it's an opportunity in some ways for us to grow as individuals, as people, professionals in the workforce. Whatever you dream of doing, like it can even be like a hobby, you know, like it's something you've been trying to get into for the longest time, but you never had the time to dedicate into doing this thing, whether it to be like,
I'll do that. Yeah, that's a good point. It's like because you usually don't have the time. So the thing is, this is something you can do something new.
Yeah. Exactly.
Programming.
Yeah.
Like I want to. That's an example, dude. I don't know how to. I mean, I've taken like one course on program. But I don't know shit. I took one course on Python. I don't know shit, dude.
Yeah.
I forgot that. And you know, I haven't had time to be able to devote to this to learning how to like write in Python. But now I can. Something new that I can do right now.
Yeah, and now you can build on that.
Yeah, exactly, dude. And it's just
you can get back and build on
yourself up. Absolutely. And I mean, here's an idea. Like for you, it's like you're doing a lot of UI UX stuff right now, right?
Yes. My current project is UI UX.
And so you just have a lot more time that you can devote to that right now instead of like working with your project, which I'm sure includes some UI UX, but there's like other things happening too. But you can really specialize on that one skill. And dude, I don't know, like you might come out of this apocalypse being like a winner. Like you like if you learn a new skill or like learn how to do something well during this apocalypse and you come out of it that way, you legit won. You won the coronavirus. You won against it.
Yeah, no, it's real. If it's something on an individual basis, like that you don't need like a team involved, like right next to you, you know, like in close proximity. If it's something that you can do remotely and stuff, you know, like I don't know, like
you could be
pottery
working, huh?
or
you could
like,
be working.
I don't know, painting, some passion that you have. Or anything that you've been wanting to get into this whole time, block it out on your schedule, you know, because now might be the one of the few opportunities that you have to fully
you have to do that.
Yeah, to fully delve into that the way you want to, like to get the mastery that you want to get the exposition that you want to, even though, you know, and exposition is kind of limited at the moment, but
because you have the time, right? And here's an example, right? Because the thing is, a lot of the things that you learn right now are going to help you whenever this does pass, right? Yeah. So you're touching on kind of artsy and creative stuff. So here's an artsy and creative thing: cooking. That is very, very, very useful. Like if you learn, because right now, like you have to cook because you're indoors, right? Fucking learn how to cook, dude. I don't care if you're a girl or guy or whatever. Like you should know how to cook. Yeah. And so
we both know how to cook. Like
go to the grocery.
We'll tell you, you have a lot to profit from that. Like
absolutely, it's like there's a huge upside to that. It's like you just know how to prepare those meals. and save money in the future.
Exactly.
By cooking.
Yeah. I mean, imagine all the takeaways that you don't have to get. The home the deliveries that you have to get.
Right, and that's a good point. Like here's an example, right? Like a lot of the people that are at my job, right, or my old job, a lot of those people would go to, including myself, by the way. So and this is because I was being lazy about it, but a lot of the people would get off for lunch, and they would walk down to the food court, a couple minutes away, and then they would spend like a good $15, $16 for food just to eat out. Dude, like the thing is, once you get back into the office, if you had spent this entire time right now learning how to cook, like legitimately, like you can learn how to cook, learn how to cook a chili, right? Just like a chili or something, right? Like a chili con carne, something kind of easy to make. Yep. Learn how to cook that. Meal prep. Learn how to meal prep. Like make a big ass pot, meal prep that shit. And dude, like whenever the apocalypse is over, you can meal prep that shit every Sunday. And then from Monday to Friday, you can save $16 a day that you'd be spending otherwise. Mm-hmm. And that's $80. So let's say like it costs like $20 at most, right? $20 at most to like prepare that chili for enough for 5 days. I don't even think it's that much. More like $15. But then, if you would have been spending $80 for 5 meals that you're having at the office over the course of the week, dude, legitimately, you just saved yourself like $60, $65
right
a week, right?
Yeah,
in a month, that's like what, 240, 260, and over the course of a year, that's like it's well into the thousands, So it's like you could save so much fucking money doing this. Yeah. No, and this is something that you can learn how to do right now. You should learn how to do right now.
That reminds me of one of the professors at OC, an art professor that said he saved tens of thousands of dollars in bringing food from home rather than going out to eat. He, in all his career as a professor, he had saved. That's how much he had saved in bringing lunch from home rather than go out to eat. And this is Oklahoma. Like I can only imagine what it must be like the rates in
California
or New York.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
But and he's a tenured professor, like big in the college. Like he's not making peanuts, and I'm sure he could afford going to going out to eat on a regular basis. But he chose not to, knowing that it would give him a huge return, and it did. Like tens of thousands of dollars. It's no joke, man. Like,
I mean, I'll do the math right now. I think
it's
keep talking, man.
Yeah, I think it was like 40K or 40.
Probably, it sounds about right.
Somewhere about between 40 and 50K, and 30, 40 years maybe. I don't know. He's like he's quite a tenured professor, but
that's what it sounds like.
But it's still, man. Like you don't think about it, It's like getting the coffee, Like I know.
Getting the coffee. That should be a fucking like coined term, my friend. That's pretty good.
Getting the coffee, drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, dude.
No, but I mean, if you think about it, like you start thinking about how much money you spent getting stuff, and when you add it all up, and all the years and stuff.
Oh, dude, I did the math. I just did the math, dude. So 16 times 5 is 80. and then minus 10. So let's say it takes $10 to make that chili con carne. Because the thing is, I said 20, but honestly, like you could probably make that with 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so 70 times 52, because 52 weeks in a year, right? That comes out to be 3,640 times 10. This is over 10 years. 36.4K over 10 years. And if it's 20 years, dude, that's 72.8K.
That's
over, like, that's how much money you fucking save.
That's low-key a sports car.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude, fucking, you can buy a Tesla with 10 years of food.
Yeah.
Like, you could buy a Tesla if you just bring home food to work. And so there's a huge opportunity here. And the thing is, like, you can do that right now. Like, you can learn how to make, I don't know, like, learn how to cut some lettuce or something, bro, and just fucking make your own dressing and just fucking take it to work. Yeah. Also, by the way, food that you make at home that you learn, you have the choice to make it healthier. That's another thing,
right?
Because the thing is, you get to customize your ingredients and what you like, and what's good for you and what works with your belly. Because everyone's health is different, right? Like for me, like I can't really do carbs very well. Like whenever I eat carbs, I just get kind of dumpy and lazy. And,
right.
I'm more like a meat or like a salad kind of person. Like I really like that a lot more. And if I have like a steak, I could still go. If I have a salad, I feel fucking great. Yeah. Yeah,
but that's the thing. You're in control. You're in control of what you eat.
Absolutely.
At all times. So if there's something you don't like or that doesn't agree with you, it's all good. You just manage. You can manage that. And plus, you can
Absolutely.
cook. If you get really good, you can cook for other people. You know, like
absolutely.
Like you saved us, man.
I'm sure I've
back at OC, you saved us, man. You were the chef, the 3-star Michelin chef.
Hey, what was your favorite thing that I cooked? Actually, now that I think about it,
bro. Tough question. Like, first of all, everything that you cooked was outstanding. It was like miles away from whatever I could cook.
Nah, dude.
Nah, I think it was the spices, man. I think it was. Honestly,
I put a lot of spices in. I put a lot of spices in this shit.
That's part of cooking too, man. I realized that I was not putting enough spices on my food was bland, basically, compared with yours. So that was an eye opener for sure. But I think what you made that I liked the most, I think it was actually I think it was something really simple, you know. I think we used the instant ramen, and I remember we made something like, I don't know if we also used tomato. And if we also cooked meat for it, but I know we'd get like more than one packet of ramen, and we'd actually boil that thing in a big pan, and we'll throw in a lot of those spices and soy sauce and all that good stuff.
Was it kind of like a chow mein style kind of thing, like fried noodles or something like that?
Yes, yeah. Sorta, yeah. I think I remember that. I think you made that one time at the U-House kitchen in the lobby area, sort of thing.
That's right.
And it was delicious. Yeah, I remember. It was so good, man. And I think we were like super hungry at that time too, so it was even more delicious. Because we were starving, or we haven't been eating shit for days, and we played soccer too, and all of a sudden, oh man, fucking pan of noodles, man! Like, fuck yes! Oh,
yeah, I remember that. I do remember that. Did I put butter in it?
Usually,
I might have put butter in it.
Usually I was the one who put butter on it.
you encourage it. You fucking love the butter, dude. I love butter too, though. I use butter today. Oh, dude, I cooked this fucking I cooked something today. Actually, now that you mention it, it was like a. Think about it. It was like I took a mac and cheese and a carbonara and just put it together. It was basically what it was.
Mac and cheese,
so
carbonara. Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. It's kind of similar because I guess mac and cheese. It was more like a mac and cheese, but I made it in a pan. All right. So this is kind of how I made it, right? Like just this is just something that I fucking just randomly did, by the way, because I learned how to cook and learned basic skills in the past, and I just fucking thought this shit up. I had. And I kind of went through this like as I went. I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna make, but I'm just gonna start cooking, and it'll end up to be something, right? Yeah. So I had carbs today, I'll admit, and I do feel a little bit dumpy right now.
No, not dumpy.
No dumpy, but yeah, it was pretty easy, man. Like, what was it? It was just fucking boiled noodles, and then after that, separate the 4 egg yolks from the egg whites, and then take the egg yolk and mix it with milk, and then make a sauce with it. And then I was supposed to use Parmesan for cheese, but I didn't have Parmesan, so I used pepper jack, which is the weirdest thing I could substitute. But
it works.
And then I put the noodles into the pan. I fried the noodles a little bit, and then with olive oil, right? And then I put olive oil. The cheese, and then I put butter in it, cheese and butter. And after that, I turned off the heat, and then I put the egg milk mixture into the pan and then stirred it, because you don't want to cook the eggs. Exactly. Yeah, because if you cook the egg, then it becomes fucking
scrambled eggs.
Like basically just scrambled eggs and pasta, which sounds gross. Yep. So I ended up making that, and oh man, it's pretty good. But it's things like that. It's super simple.
What you described sounds a lot like the part of the egg that you don't want it to scramble and stuff. Sounds a lot like the process of my favorite dish, which is the cod. It's cod on olive oil, at a very low temperature, and you dip in those on top of the cod and an onion, diced onion. You get that going, and then you pour chips, but it's like those. They look like needles, you know. I don't know if you've seen that. I never found them in the US, but they're cut in a way that they look like pine needles, basically smaller, but
oh, interesting.
You just throw that in there, and then you throw in the eggs, the mixed eggs, and you have to do it carefully so that the eggs don't become scrambled eggs. It stays.
Right. You want it to be nice and kind of soupy. Yeah, exactly.
Boom.
But you want it to be slightly cooked. It's kind of like a weird thing, huh? Just to thicken it, basically.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
What's it called? What's the dish called?
Bacalhau à brás.
Oh, bacalhau. Okay, bacalhau. Bacalhau.
Yeah. Brás. It's 3 words.
Brás. Yeah, I got it. Brás.
Yeah. And it's great. It's not very difficult to make either.
Yeah, it kind of came out looking like this too, because I used rotini, right? So it kind of looks like that. It actually does look pretty similar in terms of the texture too. And it's just nice, thick, and creamy, right? That's basically what it is.
Yes, definitely. Especially the more egg thing you put, the more creamy, the more.
Yeah, and the really interesting thing about like those things is that you can't refrigerate it, because if you refrigerate it, you can't ever heat it up ever again.
No.
If
That thing is made to eat in one sitting.
Yeah, you have to eat it in one sitting because the thing is, if you refrigerate it, it's done. It's dead. It's a dead meal.
Pretty much, yeah. Like
yeah, because if you microwave it, then it becomes basically like a fucking egg cake. Becomes
sort of,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it just doesn't taste the same thing, man. I've refrigerated it and microwaved it, and it's super different.
Yeah, it tastes like disappointment, right?
A little bit. It's very dry and salt. All that's left is salt, and
all that's left is salt.
So yeah,
pretty funny.
It's not. It's definitely not the same thing. It's eating one thing.
Man.
But
and
like it's a great thing if you have like a family dinner or like with the friends, like a gathering, something. Because it's something that you can make like in size. You can make it.
Yeah, you can make it in a pretty big portion, right? Like it's not something that's like pretty small. Like it's not like a steak. Like it's kind of hard to cook. Like especially if you're pan frying, it's kind of hard to cook steak in mass. You know, like you have to kind of cook one and then you got to cook a second one and cook a third one, and yeah, exactly. Takes a little. Like if you have a grill, it's different. Like you can mass cook for everyone, but if you're pan frying in the kitchen, then it's like it's a little
But yeah, man, cooking.
But anyways, man. Cooking is just that's something you can learn how to do right now because it'll save you money right now because I mean you can't go eat anyways, so the thing is you either I guess you could do takeout still, but you do that or like you buy like heat to eat kind of stuff, or you can just learn how to cook and you can fucking eat gourmet food at home, dude. It's not that hard. Cooking is not that hard. People are intimidated by cooking, but and the thing is, like, like the first 10 things you make, you're gonna fuck up. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna mess it up. Like you mess food up for the first couple times.
Yeah, but you start small.
Dude, after a while,
start small, simple things, and grow from there. Just don't be afraid to, experiment. I guess don't be afraid to try something new. Try to. You've been doing mac and cheese this way for so long. Maybe try to add something different this time. Or
fucking caramelize some onions and then put it in the mac and cheese. It sounds fucking delicious.
Yeah. I mean, the information that you need to do basically any dish is on the internet nowadays. So
as fucking hint. If you want to learn how to cook, just use Google. That is the resource for you. Just fucking Google it. Yeah. Just Google it. You can learn how to make anything. Just Google recipe. You can use recipes at first, and then you can start getting creative and start making weird shit like me. Yeah.
Yeah. We're also not sponsored by Google. Just letting you know.
Not endorsed. We're not sponsored by Google.
Not endorsed. Not a Google endorsement. But
like here's the thing. Like what was it? The other day I cooked this thing, right? The fucking weirdest thing in the world, dude. I took like maybe like 3, 4, maybe even 5 pounds of chicken wings.
Ooh, that already sounds
good. Right? I did that, right? And you think like, oh, you like fried it and made chicken wings? Nah, fam. What I did was I took that chicken and I threw that shit in fucking boiling water and I left that motherfucker. I left that fucking poultry boiling and on the fucking stove for like 5 hours and put onions in there too. And then the fucking onions like basically disintegrated. Onions and garlic, right?
Wow.
And what happens is that like whenever you fucking boil something like that for this long, you start getting a fucking clear, creamy color. Like that's how they make ramen too. By the way, is you take pork bones, then you boil pork bones for like 12 to 48 hours, anywhere in between 12 to 48 hours, and then you get like this magnificent fucking soup that comes from it. It's like this creamy, rich, and just kind of also, but like not dumpy, right? It's just like a very clean, rich flavor.
Okay.
And then, so that's like 6 hours in the stove, right? And then I put cabbage, carrots, and that was it. I think I just put cabbage and carrots in it after that, and I just fucking boiled it, and I made this like chicken cabbage soup, dude. It was the fucking bomb, dude. Like, one of my friends came by and was like, "Do you have anything to eat?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just cooked this soup." And he was like, "Oh, what kind of soup is it?" I was like, "Yeah, it's like a chicken cabbage soup." He's like, "Oh, I fucking hate cabbage," right? I'm like, "Just fucking try it, dude." And so I poured him like a little bowl. He fucking took one sip of the soup and he was like, "That's so fucking good.
Yeah.
That's so fucking good." Dude, he got 3 bowls.
Yeah.
Rich got 3 bowls. He's like, I don't like cabbage. And then he got 3 bowls.
Yeah, dude, chances are like, man, you're gonna find ways to enjoy eating things that you don't even that you think you don't enjoy to eat, that you don't like, you know. I was trying to remember like some example of me, but I guess I can't. But you know, it's likely. It's very likely, because you know I'm not a fan of cabbage either. But I bet if I had some of that stew, I wouldn't mind about the cabbage at all. You know, I would actually
some things
appreciate.
It just depends on the way it's cooked.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if it blends with the thing, like you know, cabbage adds a bit of texture to the whole thing. You know, it's good for you.
Also, I apologize to the listeners. It's raining like fuck outside right now, like crazy raining right now. So it's like the roof is like brrr, like it's like making. Wow, it's ridiculous. That's really loud.
I'll try to fix that
in the recording.
Yeah.
In the mixing process. Okay, dude. But yeah, fucking. I don't like tomatoes. Right. I don't like tomatoes very much. But if tomatoes are cooked into like a pasta or into like a sauce for like a pasta or a pizza, man, I love tomatoes. In that way,
exactly.
I like tomato juice too.
Yeah. Ketchup.
But I don't like tomatoes.
You know?
Ketchup, yeah, I love ketchup. I like mustard more, but so do you.
For reals is dope. For reals.
Yeah, we're musty boys. Musty boys.
But
dude.
yeah, man.
Absolutely. But I think it's probably about time, huh? We've been on this for what, like a good hour and something minutes now.
I mean, yeah, I can go a little longer. Maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes longer. But you can. I think this was great, man. This was,
dude. If I can,
dope.
It's good to get back into it.
Yes,
huh? Like it's
absolutely.
nice to get back into it. That's what it is. I think for me is that like I missed you, man. I miss doing this shit with you, man. Danny. This is the fucking best, bro. This is the fucking best shit. Like
for real.
This podcast,
especially now, man. Especially now, people need to get like they get
encouragement.
Yeah, man. They can't shut them. Staying home does not mean shut down. Shut yourself down. Like close off every relationship that you have. All that stuff, you know. If anything, now's the time to like maybe reach out to some people that you haven't seen in a long time.
Right.
And
I've been doing that.
Yeah, I mean, we're all going through this shit, right? This coronavirus BS. So we might as well do it together. Like, try to find strength in communicating with one another in such a difficult time to communicate, which is it's vital.
Yeah, dude. And reach out to people that you think might be suffering from this kind of stuff too, dude. Like
yes.
For example, like I'm blessed, right? I'm blessed because I have you. I have like the Oklahoma friend group. I have friends here. Like I have people that are like taking care of me. Even though I'm an extrovert, fucking. bless the people that are here to fucking help me, man. Bless them.
Yeah.
But for like a lot of other people, like, dude, a lot of them are by themselves, man. Like, if you know a friend that could be struggling, reach out, dude.
I tell you, man. Like, I'm the other way around. Like, I'm probably in the lowest percentile of extrovertness. You know, so like, but I recognize, man, this is the time to be more diligent in continuing to talk to other people, to like, especially our peeps, you know, our group people, our closest friends. Make sure that the communication doesn't stop. You know, I think it's more important now than ever to keep that going, and then reach out to people that you haven't seen in a long time. You know, those some of our homies who we haven't talked to in God knows how long. This is a call out for me too. You know, so yeah, it's like we said, man. It's opportunity. Seeing this as an opportunity.
Exactly.
It's an opportunity, man.
It's definitely an opportunity. I mean, for some, like, yeah, it's an opportunity to get in contact with somebody that you haven't been in contact with for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an opportunity to make a new friend or make a good impression. You know, there's definitely something that you could be doing right now. That's, you know, if you feel like you're not doing much right now, there's something definitely better that you could be doing, and you know, it's
right.
You know, so it's something more worth your time. Fucking, you are, I don't want to say special, right? Everyone's special. No, but like, you are, like, I think that, you know, like, everyone that's listening to this, like, you are someone worth taking care of. And so take care of yourself and make sure that you start working on yourself and make yourself, you know, like, you should love yourself the way you are, but make yourself somebody that like, work on yourself so that you can be someone that you can love even more than you already love. So it's my little corny, inspirational Tyler bit, you know. but yeah. All right. On that note, let's finish up this podcast.
Yeah, man.
So one thing I want to say is, you know, thanks for coming and listening to the podcast. We have our Instagram page, we have Facebook. Follow us, like us, and we'll be producing more content for podcasts. We'll probably be a lot less active on social media in terms of posting stuff. Like, I'll still, like, if you send me a message, I'll still respond. So we'll be a lot less active on those in terms of the posts that we post. But we will be doing this podcast hopefully once a week. That's what we're thinking about. No promises just yet, because, you know, I don't want to break y'all's hearts. But yeah, and then I don't know, Danny, you got something else to add?
Just you know, so don't forget, like, the things that we talked about here on the podcast. You know, with like, making a schedule, trying to find something to really pour out your heart into in this time. And if you have, like, ideas of content that you want to see us do, or like themes that you want us to address in the podcast, reach out to us. Let us know.
Yeah, tell us, please do.
Your opinion is most valuable. So yeah, that's
fuck. Like, here's an example. Like, you can give us a yes or no on this one too. Would you be interested in seeing a brief cooking video? Like, I can record me cooking something really, really simple, and I could post it on Instagram. Would you guys watch it? If yes, let me know on Instagram. Let us know on Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah? Sounds good. Well, fucking, this was a great podcast. Let's do it again next week, Danny. How's that?
Sounds good to me, man. I'm ready.
All right. So, Broklahomies Out. See you next time, boys. Broklahomies.